you ready?
Hello viewers, I am introducing this episode. It is me, Craftsdwarf, introducing this episode. Hello to another episode of the Weeb Club.
Me.
Why are you still here?
Yay!
Hey guys, it's me. So, fellas, would you believe me if I said that gummy rat poisoned me? I felt sick ever since. Well, Vindy, that says more about you.
Why? Rats Rats weren't responsible for the plague. The plague wasn't my fault.
They literally were responsible.
They literally
for it.
weren't. You clearly
literally
don't know
were.
history.
Literally
they
were.
actually weren't. Though.
Literally were. I'm blaming the rats. Listen,
rats were
in my America,
rats were not to blame for the spread of plague during the Black Death. According to a study,
in my America, there would be no rats.
Outbreaks in 14th to the 19th century Europe. The Black Death claimed in Black Death.
Why's it gotta be the Black? Hey, hold on, guys. Why's it gotta be the Black Death?
Because that's what the plague was called. Because people would get black spots on them,
why's it
and then they would die.
Huh?
That's what the fucking.
Kind of fucked up.
That's what the plague was.
Kind of fucked up. If you think about it.
Oh my god, this guy's stupid.
It's kind of fucked up if you think
Imagine
about
not knowing the plague was the fucking Black Death. You're so.
Oh, you keep saying it, guys. I don't know.
Because that's what the fucking.
Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. So, by the way, viewers, you failed. The episode did not get 100 likes, nor did all of the episodes get 1,000 views. So there's no titty mouse pad, and there's no body pillow.
I think they all just assumed you would buy one anyways.
Yeah, they all assumed that, and I'm proving them wrong by not getting one. I don't know what game they think they're playing, but I'm literally not getting one until my demands are met. So you know what? Whatever.
Got it. So the minute that one of these episodes reaches 100 likes, I'm picking out.
No. I'm gonna up the game. I'm gonna up the thing now. All of the weeklies have to get 100 likes.
If you think they didn't do it last
episodes.
time, what makes you think they're gonna do it fucking this time?
Because I'm just gonna keep upping the stakes till they do it. All right.
That's not how it works. You keep lowering the stakes until they do it.
No.
This is the difference between WattheWut and Vindy.
Listen.
Vindy
You're the one who talks about Remy Ratatouille.
We're all normies too, and he says, "I'll make it 50 likes," knowing the episode was gonna get it, knowing that it's what would make people happy, giving them a goal to work for and strive for. Because if you set it too high, no one's gonna attempt it. No one's gonna like the episode because they don't care. No. Also, we're all normies too. Something people want, something that fucking people don't care about. What, having a shitty titty mouse pad? Okay.
No, but remember, you're gonna pick it and make me suffer.
No, they don't care.
You're gonna pick it and make me
nobody
suffer.
Cares. Nobody
yeah,
cares.
I know nobody cares about me. That's why I'm gonna quit the Weeb Club. Thank you guys. My last episode.
People are just gonna stop caring.
Thank you guys for joining me on the last episode of the Weeb Club with WattheWut. Did my fucking Amogus just update by itself? Kill me, please. I did not want to update that game.
Well, guess you did. All right, so comments from Daily Life of the Weeb Club, which, by the way, phenomenal video, Craftsdwarf. I know I've told you already.
Yeah,
the old man says he doesn't want to edit, and then all of a sudden,
fucking fire video. It was great.
Look. So a while ago, when people were posting out of context clips, and some people started doing them for Weeb Club members, the one that specifically struck out to me was the first one I used in the video was the top anime deaths one, because I had a vision in my head of basically that with Yohane on the bed, Vindy at the door, and then WattheWut outside.
Go kill yourself.
Can you believe I've canonically cucked What in the Weeb Club?
No.
Is that video canon? It's
not. Literally lies.
Well, the funniest part, Vindy, is we were talking once privately, and you made a joke about you having sex with Yohane, and I told you that is funny in ways you do not understand yet.
Yes. I remember
This man's really said you do not understand the ongoings of my mind.
So can we all agree? Let's ask the comments. Is that video canon to the Weeb Club lore?
No.
So therefore, in Weeb Club canon,
no. Let me just say this right now. If they all agree that if they say yes, then I'm not going on next week's episode. All right. That's just how it works.
Everyone but one says yes.
No.
Then you have to come on. Then you have to come on.
The moment I see more than 3 people saying that shit, I'm just not coming on next week. All right, that's just how it's gonna work.
You just know
I can't be on the same
true.
podcast with you. I can't be on the same podcast with you with this terrible behavior, this fucking shithole behavior you're presenting to me right now. You sick son of a bitch.
You're just mad that I've cucked you now.
Yeah, now I'm leaving. Goodbye.
So there's a lot of good comments on the episode. Just to look at the top down, like DZ Mackey is
finally
wow,
I'm
Vindy,
free.
Forma Rat.
I'm free.
Forma Rat is cuter than the anime girl avatars.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, everyone should believe that. What's another one?
Hey guys.
I can't believe Craftsdwarf is a genius on par with greats such as Albert Einstein and Nunmanji.
That's a lie.
That's a great comment.
Nunmanji's still a genius.
For me, I think my favorite like stroke of like, aha, this is how I'm going to do that was like having the VinnieCrafts outing be Vindy's going to eat all the chairs at Chicken Shack out of like spite.
I think the fact that it started off and was so like out of nowhere, and then like you were able to work it into a story where even like Nun telling you to watch over me led into us going to the Chicken Shack, me eating chairs, me getting arrested, and
what being mad at me for letting you get arrested, then us breaking into the prison, WattheWut being the distraction, and then like you saved my life during the like it was.
I also love how you worked in moments that weren't part of the incorrect quotes, but just were there while we recorded into it, like my burp or you making the 3-6 joke. So there was like some real shit in there too that wasn't.
The other one was the one with you and talking about how like how you've ostracized Nunmanji who loves you, and it's like, no, because you've ostracized me. Like that wasn't an incorrect quote. That was just
that one I forgot. That sounded like an incorrect quote.
No, that was just you all talking in the middle of the recording, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna keep this one.
What the hell?
Funny.
What the heck? Unlucky. Here's something. Here's a good point. Master Spoon comments, "What a strange filler arc," but Dot replies with, "Is it truly filler if it helps expand on the characters and develops them massively?"
Well, if it expands on the characters and develops us massively, you know what that would make it?
What would it make it?
Canon.
Well, you know what? Have you eaten chairs recently?
All right, let's take a vote. Like I
said, I'm literally not playing.
The vote's among the Weeb Club members. Craftsdwarf, canon, yes or no?
Yes.
Nunmanji, canon, yes or no?
Sure.
Obviously, right. I think it's canon. All right, I'm sorry.
Thank you, guys. This is my last episode.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm leaving.
I was top 10 people who are sorry.
Again. Goodbye.
I love this one. John Hancock says XB8 VUR.FYI and Waters like banger comment.
What? Terrible.
What was this? Oh, wait, where the fuck? There's one comment that I'm looking for and I can't fucking find it because it's so funny. Oh, here it is. This feels like Family Guy, but only the cutaway jokes.
Yeah.
Or there's one more comment, which is almost 7 minutes of dialogue, which is split between 4 people, and yet this is the most I've heard Nunmanji talk.
That one has the most likes, I think. So
it does, yeah.
You know,
people want to hear Nunmanji. They want him to talk more.
Tatiana has a comment that I'm not going to read because it makes me feel uncomfortable reading that.
Oh, I think I know the one is about me being hot in the video for some reason. It's probably that Jalal, you know. Like, to be fair.
Craftsdwarf,
you're
a sexy man. You don't need Jalal to make you better.
That's a lie. I look more like Schmeagol than Jalal. Look, I've said it before. I just need to take off my clothes, and it's a passable Schmeagol cosplay.
Oh, okay, all right. Don't take off.
Can you give me your best fucking Schmeagol impression?
All right, Mega Graphics, you know what to do.
No, don't just ask him to clip everything. Dot made a good point the other day. I was talking to Dot. He's like, the Weeb Club sucks now because all it is people farming for Mega Graphics to do shit for the Weeb Club. They can't even be, or for out of context Weeb Club. They can't even be funny on their own. And I agree with him. So I am never again asking Mega Graphics to clip anything.
You know what, man?
Instead, I'm just gonna go back to what we did before we had the out of context thing, where I just say shit, and if it gets clipped, it gets clipped.
You know what, man? Fall's coming up and it's almost harvesting season, all right? We're fucking farming the shit out of this bitch, you know what?
Oh my god. This guy.
What?
I think that's all the comments I had on this one. But I do want to say one more thing about it. So clearly, you guys all seem to like the video.
Yeah, there's one guy who doesn't seem to like it. Called his like.
Well, we don't need to talk
Circle
about
Jerky sketch comedy, but he's also the same guy who commented about how it was funny how Berserk ended. So you know what? He can go fuck himself. Subhuman piece of shit.
But what I will say is that I think that that's the kind of thing that I liked making it. But I mean, even though y'all liked it, it's like I think we don't know unless you tell us. That's the kind of thing, at least for me, where it's like I don't know if y'all want. Because we've tried a bunch of different things, right? Even that y'all have seen, right? There was Scribble.io. There was what else was there that we've done? There was like stuff like History of the Weeb Club and the tier list, the duo podcasts, and like for us to have, I guess, an idea of if y'all want more of like that kind of stuff, instead of just like liking it, like if you could, let it be known somewhere, right? Whether through Discord or on the videos, or wherever that's the kind of stuff you want to see more of. It makes it a lot easier for us to know what to keep from this and what to kind of get rid of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, though I guess in the case of this type of content, that kind of daily life kind of stuff is like, that one came about through a stroke of inspiration, and I don't know if I can like do that again and have it still be like fun. Like if any of you three want to take a crack at something like that, I'll be down to record some lines, right? But I just don't know if I'll be able to do anything, so I don't see it necessarily being a thing that's a repeatable thing, right? Mm-hmm. So, just adding that.
No, that's a good point. I don't even think another one should happen, even if people want it anytime soon, right? That's something that can very quickly get old. And so I think that that's something that like should be saved, but there's a difference between letting it just be a one-off thing that never happens again, and we keep it in the back of our minds, and maybe in a couple months or longer, we decide to bring it back into another one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also I want to make that point, not just for daily life, but for a bunch of other things, right? Like, again, like Scribble.io or some of the other things that are coming out, like, letting us know that you like the content and want to see more of it is the best way for us to know that, it's something we should continue making or something we should drop. Because there are definitely going to be things that we've done that we just aren't doing again or shouldn't do again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like dropping videos.
You're toxic. Okay.
What'd I do?
So then there's the weekly comments.
Imagine thinking Gachi Gorilla would use Twitter. Gachi's millions of fans made Gachi Gorilla Word of the Day accounts, but Gachi told his fans to delete those accounts because he wanted his fans to transcend the shackles of Twitterhood. I was going to ignore that until the last part. It was funny.
I love it. Are y'all stupid? Gacha Gorilla was forced to get rid of his account by Disney and Dom. That's why there are no results for it on Twitter. There are so many people giving so many different reasons for why
I think it's all fake.
Term of the day doesn't exist. It's like when you try to give me all these different reasons for why the Earth is round. Like the more reasons you give me, the less and less I just believe you.
I mean,
real quick. More important than the shape of the Earth. Hollow Man explained his joke about Matt Damon, where apparently he nearly beat up a guy. He nearly blinded a guy by beating him up for no reason or something.
I didn't want to explain it because there was a funnier joke that I wanted to just keep it going. Where is it? Yeah, Crusher said, "I can't believe Vindy Mark Wahlberg'd what like that." So I was so ready to come in and just be like, "What the fuck is Mark Wahlberging?" and just let the joke go.
I can't believe you Steve Blummed Crusher like that.
Oh my god.
These guys constantly Vic Mignogna me every single fucking.
Oh my god! That one I get.
You don't even know what I'm referring to, but okay. Here's one I got. Water says a fucking course Nun talks about the black thing. So, Nun, what is he talking about here?
I don't remember what that's in reference to.
See, that's the thing. It's like we talk for 2 fucking hours. Like we're gonna remember every fucking single thing. Like at least timestamp it or something.
I forgot we talked about Gachi Gorilla until I saw 10 comments about it.
Are you kidding me? God, that was one of the best parts of it. But here's another thing. Generic MC replies to this comment and says, "So me, I'm indeed black and a thing. But of course, I'm smart. So I reply to Generic MC to point out to him that no, because he watches Bo Burnham, he can't be the black thing. He can't. Just can't happen." of course, generic MC, the fool, says that Bo Burnham is for everyone. And, Water throws him a bone. He says if you can stop watching, he could give him some honorary melanin.
Wait, no, you missed the fucking question he asked you. He said, have you guys seen Inside? I genuinely think that was a masterpiece.
Well, here's the thing.
I haven't seen it, but
okay, I haven't seen it either. No, because I'm not white, so I wouldn't watch it.
Okay, you could still answer his question.
Well, I'm not white, so there's no reason.
You're toxic.
There's no reason to answer.
You're
I'm not white.
toxic.
Nunmanji, have you seen Bo Burnham's Inside?
No.
Okay. See,
Okay, what about the comedy special?
No, I haven't seen that either.
The joke. Okay.
Hmm?
Okay, I'm done. Today was too much for me. Goodbye.
So anyway, speaking,
Thank God, finally.
Dot says, wonder what Nun does when he sits there silently for long periods of time. Any input on that, Nun?
Did I get a video of his crotch while he does it?
He's not saying anything. I just want you to zoom in on his fucking face. Just zoom in really close.
None.
Anyway.
Okay, I actually want to talk about this comic because I don't like it at all, and I actually really don't like it. So, it's a comic from Hollow Man, and he says, "Okay, you want an adaptation that's different, but has the same
that comic's
spirit
really
of the
bad,
show.
yeah.
Why not just make something that's inspired by The Matrix? Why bother having baggage from the name? Also, something being different wouldn't be as hated if all the acting and dialogue were anywhere near good." That's also the added problem of someone seeing a bad adaptation and thinking the entire franchise is of this quality. Overall, these adaptations are far more trouble than they're worth, which is probably why directors with talent don't bother. So I don't think that that's completely true for a bunch of reasons. But to say the first thing you said, really good way to just like counter that is like, why do they make comic book movies? Why does the MCU exist? Those aren't directly straight from comics, right? Why would they make something that's different but the same spirit of Spider-Man, Like, that's just really bad, right? Sometimes you want to use a character, you want to use a specific character's arc, maybe you want to use certain, like, mechanics of a world or certain aspects that are specific to that story to tell your own story. There's a lot of ways that inspiration can hit you through certain series and the way that those series are done. And so I don't think it's fair to just say you can make something that's inspired by anime like The Matrix. The Matrix was inspired by anime, but was its own story with its own completely different feel than anime. But what if someone
marketed by anime?
Right, but what if someone wanted to make a movie that was like set in the world of an anime or use these characters or these specific ideas from an anime, but change it around and altered it so that it fit a 2-hour runtime of a movie and worked in that, right? Like, there are ways to make it work, and I think it's really reductive to say, well, they should just make The Matrix.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing that Mr. Hollowman is too stupid to understand.
Why do you have to be so toxic every time? He was just wrong. He just didn't understand. You don't gotta...
I don't like the way this fucking comment's worded. But
okay, but you don't have to be so toxic.
It's fucking actually really gross. But here's the thing, right? Historically speaking, adaptations of anime are not very profitable, which is the reason why it's not quote unquote like something people want to put their effort into. Like, historically speaking, straight up adaptations of anime do not do well in the box office, and the industry is fueled by money. So they're just not going to do it solely because there's no reason for them to put forth the effort to not make a net profit back. There's no reason to do it. And they're trying, what Hollywood's been trying to do with all these live action adaptations is trying to get one to stick, because they see how big anime is getting in recent years. So they're trying to get one that does stick. The problem is that most of them are not profitable at all. And funny, and like the whole directors with talent part of this comment, are we just gonna ignore that Speed Racer exists? Like, I know I
kind of forgot about that one for some reason.
Speed Racer's
I've never seen the original, but I did like the movie when I watched it quite a bit.
It's literally what we were describing in the episode. The Speed Racer movie is literally what we were describing. So, like, it exists. It just wasn't.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if it's just the best piece of Speed Racer media, right? Which, I don't know, maybe the show is good. Maybe there's, like, something good that I haven't watched or whatever. But the movie is really fucking good.
The answer to the best piece of Speed Racer media is Redline.
Dude, you're so funny, dude.
Thanks. I actually try really hard to be funny.
Dude, you're so funny. Oh my god, you're so funny.
And that also implies Redline is better, but anyway.
I haven't seen the Speed Racer movie since it's come out, so
I also want to take back my words about Alita Battle Angel, because
I was wondering about that because I didn't
Yeah.
mention that, but you did a whole Dark Past video
There's no
that
video
is
about
buried.
that. That video doesn't
But I
exist.
was wondering what you
Yeah.
thought about it. But,
apparently the film was really well liked even amongst like Alita fans, as well as like it made money in the box office. Like not much, but it was still somewhat profitable. And it's
and
by
from what I
James
remember
Cameron.
about your points, it was kind of a not a great point. But
Well, my points were made because like up until that point it was like I had no evidence to believe that the film would be good. Like just constantly I was like there's no way they would be able to do it given like the history, but apparently I've been proven wrong. So like fuck it. Do it. Like that's the thing, right? It's just like anime didn't used to be popular to milk. Now it is. Now fucking anime's slightly better to fucking like, right? There's like less memeing on some anime profile pictures because there's fucking every time I go to fucking LA, there's some fucker with like 5,000 anime stickers on their car. It makes me want to puke, but apparently it's slightly more normalized. So like, fuck it. Companies want to market off of that shit, right? So like, there's no reason to say that like, oogity boogity, directors with talent don't want to touch it because the Wachowskis don't have talent. James Cameron doesn't have talent. Fuck them. They're not real.
You're so toxic.
I'm just right.
I don't know. My stance is also like because I've written fan fiction before, and I do think that in the West there's definitely this sort of like canon is God mentality. Even though, but like, and I think that's kind of like naturally like pushes away from spin-offs in some capacity, or especially like fan works and stuff. When in Japan, of course, there's like a huge doujin community, which I think is different and interesting to consider. But I guess my stance is like there are stories that can only exist, or that can only work in some ways by referencing other stories, and not all the time. Obviously, like Star Wars sequel trilogy, they're not very well liked. But I did just finish SSS Dinosanon, which just finished airing, and I also think about SS Gridman a lot, and it's like, these are stories that are sequels to a show that are 25 years old. And, like, did they need to be? Could they have been original shows? Maybe, but I think they're way more interesting, like, knowing, being, like, in, like, having all these references and doing really interesting things with those references. So saying, like, even though they have complete new characters, it's even a different medium. It's not a live-action tokusatsu show, it's an anime, right? And so, like, I just don't, I just, like, adaptation is just a different kind of way to make the work. So I don't see,
Well, Lime Phoenix actually has a good comment that is basically what we were talking about, where he says, I think live-action adaptations would benefit more from advertising themselves in such a way that lets viewers understand that what they're making isn't just trying to tell the same story again, but instead use the ideas and characters to sell something different. I think that's the big thing, though. If you notice, the marketing for a lot of these movies are shit. They're, like, really fucking bad. Like, whenever you show... like, whenever I talk to people about certain movies, right? If a trailer for a Fast and Furious movie comes out, everybody understands what the fuck it is, right? For, like, certain things, like that fucking trailer for that movie, like, fucking Old, maybe? I don't know. Whatever, the new M. Night Shyamalan movie is coming out, right?
I'm sorry?
But, like, when
Is that
fucking
racist?
When fucking Alita Battle Angel came
Notice he
out,
doesn't answer.
and my parents fucking saw that trailer, they came out, they were like, what was that? What's happening? What is that movie even called? Like, the marketing just sucks. I think that's the biggest problem. The marketing for these anime adaptations sucks. Do you remember what the fucking Ghost in the Shell marketing? Fucking...
I mean...
I am this. People were fucking memeing the shit out of that because it was so bad. It was just the fucking image generator
I don't
thing.
think I ever saw the trailer. I did see a couple clips, but I mostly remember them for being, hey, that reminds me of the Ghost in the Shell movie, because they're literally just doing that part of the movie just shot for shot. Like, okay, sure.
I only remember the same 5 people, like, getting mad because, like, women, cringe. The same 5 Vindies running around.
Okay, so there's actually a couple of comments I want to talk about, because I actually think there's a lot of good ones. A lot of ones worth talking about. So here's one of them from Master Spoon. I see what the what has bought the Jelly Belly Gummy Rat. The Jelly Belly Gummy Rat is made out of jelly and is colored red. You might be wondering, what does it being red has anything to do with anything? But what if it has a secret meaning? Red is seen as the color of love and compassion. It is also the color of Vindy's headband. Yes,
It's also the color of communism.
That what the what has bought the Jelly Belly Gummy Rat as a sign of affection to his good friend / lover, Vindy
It's also
D.
the color
Vondo.
of blood.
But I'm afraid that this act of compassion might go unrequited due to the fact
the
that
color
what the
of
what
red,
has
of
not
rage.
read any manga by the acclaimed mangaka Nobuyuki Fukumoto, and I do agree with that.
Well,
100%.
maybe I'll just keep not doing that. Just so
It was all
I
a big love letter,
cements-
but I'm sorry. What I have to turn you down. If you really loved me, you would have at least read.
I don't love you though.
You would
do
have at
realize
least
that red is also
at
the color of
least
rage, right?
read Legendary of the Strongest Man Kurosawa, and the fact that you haven't it's
also the
short,
color
it's
of
so good, you would love
Republicans.
it.
Republicans
Kurosawa is
are love.
absolutely a what the what manga, and you haven't read it yet.
I have read it.
No, you
You
haven't.
know what I gave it?
No, you haven't.
Like an 8.
No, you haven't.
I have. You want me to show you my fucking mouth?
Show me the spread. Show me the goat spread.
Right here. Hold on. let
What's
me
the
find it.
animal? What animal in the goat spread?
What is this fucking shithole Japanese?
What
title?
animal is on his
Fucking, like,
hand?
Fucking hold on.
Is he as small as this what? What animal? Craftsdwarf,
Talking about
I don't think he's
Saikyo
read it.
Densetsu
He failed the
Kurosawa?
quiz.
I'm fucking trying to find it because I
I
have
think
the
he
Japanese
failed
fucking.
Craftsdwarf. He couldn't answer
It
a
has the
basic
fucking
question.
Japanese names on it.
This is like when you read those
Yeah, it's
books
it's like-
for
yeah,
or you have to read not a book, like the short story for your fucking thing in school, you know? You your standardized test and you got to answer the questions. What makes the question is just paragraph 12, what's the first word? What couldn't get it? I don't think
Vindy, you couldn't even remember what the names of characters and shows that you fucking watched 5 days ago. So what are you talking about?
Okay,
No,
but
but-
I would know what the animal is.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Because
You're
it's
a
an
liar.
ant.
Well, you're an ant.
No, I'm a rat.
No, you're an ant. You're an ant now.
Um,
Zack Snyder should adapt Air Gear. Comment by Natty, because of course it's a comment by Natty.
Natty just
Zack
DM'd me.
Snyder would create a fire fucking Air Gear film. Lots of sexual assault, lots of bullshit physics that don't make sense. Epic, based Air Gear.
So there's a comment that I find really funny. I actually find this comment so funny.
No, you're lying.
It's when are we getting the spin-off Vindy and Crafts podcast?
Thank God, finally.
That's
There's-
extra funny considering
There's
last night.
multiple things that are so funny, but first of all, Crafts has read the thing for our spin-off podcast.
I
and
read it months
barely
ago.
touched it.
I read
Yeah.
it months ago.
I've
See,
barely
the
touched
funniest part to me is last night we were doing a stream, and while we were waiting for the game to download, we did a Sporkle, right? And there was this one quiz where it gave us 3 characters from a series, and we had to guess what series it was from. And Vindy's like, Haruhi, Tamakisuo, I don't know who these characters are. I'm like, Vindy, you would know if you read the manga we were supposed to read. And I'm like, God damn it, Vindy.
It's okay,
Well,
Craftsdwarf,
that's
because
the
you
other
wouldn't
thing
know
that's
the
so
characters'
funny
names
to me
even if
about
you
it.
did read it.
That's the other dude. This guy's so mad. That's the other thing that's so funny about it. To me, is that I would get asking for any other spin-off podcast, right, that exists in the Weeb Club, right, that we haven't seen yet. But specifically for VinnieCrafts, it's we literally stream every week, just the two of us, and we've done
Right.
it for a year and a half now.
Right. So I do stuff.
You can find Vindy and Crafts content. There's so much of it that exists of just us talking or playing games together, or there's so much Vindy Crafts content. I'm not listening to him. He's making good points, and I refuse.
Hey guys, it's me, Vindy. I have literally free content, but I won't upload it to YouTube.
But I just thought that comment was funny, just specifically because it was VinnieCraft.
Titania, we did not talk about the Powerpuff Girls CW adaptation for the sole reason that, really, what is there to talk about aside from the fact that,
Also, how
It
can we talk about
sucks.
something that's not out yet? Think about that one.
Yeah,
we're just gonna
I-
maul about it to the script that's out or whatever, right?
Right.
Why do
and
you think I've read
yeah.
the fucking script?
Yeah, I didn't bother. I've heard things about it, but I really
You know what
don't
I would much
care.
rather watch than the Powerpuff Girls one is the Kim Possible movie. That would be way worse.
Well, white women.
The other thing, this is the last comment that I want to talk about because then it won't matter for the Reddit. But the point of it is the same as always. Really, the point of the Weeb Club, if you pay attention, is that Vindy's always right.
No.
Titania says, "Thank you, Vindy, for telling them it was me." I was right again. I'm always right.
Yeah. And that part is basically also on the Reddit where she made an image of a woman hugging a rat, and it's like, thank you, Vindy.
We'll get there, Craftsdwarf.
Well, they're the same fucking thing! We don't have to talk about them separately.
No,
Craftsdwarf's right. The point is, I'm right, as always, and when I say something with conviction and gumption and gusto, you should just believe me.
You're racist?
No?
Yes?
When did I say that at all?
All the time.
I'm sorry? I'm sorry?
That's not minorities, Vindy.
What? Okay, somebody ban him.
And she's trying to leave. Won't let me leave.
Perhaps banning WattheWut would cause a power vacuum that would make none speak.
Yeah, it's true. It'd be for the best, you know?
Maybe.
Maybe
Alternatively, I won't talk until none talks again.
Let's try it. Let's try it right now. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Talk.
All right, there you go.
So what's Twitter be like? It's Among Us.
I'm a Twitter.
Yeah, at WTW Anime.
That's not true. I don't remember having a Twitter.
I'm literally looking at it right now.
What do you think about the tweet that's on there?
Yeah,
What do you think about-
Jar. I agree. I think it was Megaraphics who posted it. 1 second, let me see. I think it was him though. I think it was my king, who said it was. Don't act as if you don't have a large collection of jars with multiple.
I literally
sizes.
don't.
No,
I mean,
don't
unless you
act
count my
like you
glass
don't.
cases.
Don't act like you don't.
Unless you want to count my glass cases where I put all the figures.
No,
Toolman referred to that as the biggest jar he's ever seen. So, you know.
I mean, big cum jar.
All right.
Why is there a video of butt plugs on your fucking?
No, okay, because watch it. Seriously, watch it. You'll
Okay,
ruin
but
your life forever.
why were you in the store looking at butt plugs?
You've never been in Spencer's Gifts?
No.
Spencer's Gifts is a magical place because you can turn one corner and look at like a fucking Pickle Rick t-shirt and then literally turn to your left and there's a butt plug like right there. It's so magical. And then you turn once more and there's just a fucking like lava lamp. And then you look forward just a little bit more.
You went into the store
A
to
hard
find
mode butt
plugs.
plug.
You were
Dude,
looking for the
okay.
Among Us butt plug. That's what you wanted.
No, we were literally not. It was fucking. You know whose fault it is? It's Toolman's fault that I even saw that. No, it's literally his fault.
Classic What, blaming everyone
let me
else.
tell you how it happened, right? Let me tell you how this fucking happened. We were in this mall, and everywhere we fucking went, they were selling Among Us merch. And I was like, if I see that little sussy motherfucker one more time, I'm gonna snap my own neck.
Sussy Baka.
Yes, that's sussy fucking baka.
I hate this episode.
And then like I fucking go.
God.
I always have to take people into Spencer's Gifts because it's always magical because they have like nothing but anime merch in the front part of the store, right? After that, it's like a bunch of cringe fucking emo bands and like fucking all that shit. And then you take one step further, and it's just all the fucking sex toys and shit. It's fucking magical when you go inside Spencer's Gifts. And then shithole Toolman looks at the thing and says, sus, Among Us, sus. And I go, what do you fucking mean? And he points at it. And I'm like, no. Stop.
You were into it. You were into it.
No.
You love it. You love it.
And then we went outside and we went to the anime store and there was another sussy motherfucker in the window.
Okay.
There he was.
Question. But this question's not for what? This question's for Craftsdwarf and Nunmanji.
No. It's for Nunmanji because we want him to answer.
No, I want Crafts to answer too.
No. We have to make.
I'll answer after Nunmanji answers.
If what bins over, does the Among Us butt plug fall out?
What's wrong with you?
Is it in right now?
I'll answer after Nunmanji answers.
Yeah.
He has to respond in more than just a fucking one word.
No, he doesn't. He gave me my answer.
He does.
Where else is he gonna put it? That's where it belongs.
Okay, I'm glad we all agree.
Invented?
What's just mad?
Invented like my dad did in 1998.
All right, what's the topic for this
everyone
week?
Beating up on me. Now it's everyone beating up on him. Oh wait, no, we did talk about the Reddit. Okay.
There was just literally not very much on it, so.
Yeah, there's only 2 posts. Very disappointed in the fan base today.
Oh my god.
Terrible fan base. Terrible, awful fan base.
Do I fucking cop right now?
Yes. Why would you not? It's 2066. It's literally 2066. Buy the Shrek Ultimate Collection.
Shrek 2 fire fucking movie. Okay. What's the topic? What?
A big buzz right now, I guess. I get because I'm the only one who fucking watches. I'm the only one here who watches this guy. Fucking Tommy in it is like, he got canceled or something by like a bunch of the fucking Minecraft Twitter community apparently, because of course the Minecraft Twitter community full of children want to cancel everybody because he associates with Jay Schlatt, who makes really edgy jokes, right? Like really fucking edgy jokes, and he gets away with it usually. But people like call Schlatt like homophobic and racist and all sorts of things that Vindy actually is, and like
I am neither homophobic nor racist.
Okay, whatever. And then so like
you're just misogynistic.
They're like trying to cancel this 17-year-old kid, and so he has like a fucking stream, and he's like, "Okay, I'm sorry if I offended anybody. Could you guys please educate me on like how I should avoid this next time?" And his chat was just full of these fucking people just shitting on him and like, calling him all these fucking terrible things. Yeah, it's Stan Twitter. Of course, it's fucking Stan Twitter. And they're just shitting on him, telling him who he can and can't associate with. And then here's this fucking 17-year-old kid fucking like feeling real bad, trying to understand, and these fucking probably like a good number of them are like in like they're like 19 or above, right? I would just estimate a good number of them are.
I thought they were kids.
Okay, most of them are kids, but a good number of them have to be above 19 years old. And like they're shitting on fucking this kid, and then he's like and now he's like going to fucking therapy for this shit, right? Because he doesn't know how to fucking process this. And it's like there's always big talk about parasocial relationships when it comes to this shit. Minecraft stan Twitter, especially recently with Dream and all the fucking shit that happens, where like every fucking day like Dream fell out of his chair and the fucking poor Twitter guy has to fucking write out the fucking context in the trending tab of why Dream falling out of his fucking chair, or like Dream Daddy or Dream Breathed is trending today, right? Like it's so really? Fucking okay. It's just such a fucking like weird thing, like how fucking people see. It's such a weird thing with YouTubers, especially YouTubers and streamers, especially where like these people. Like, people really seem to think of these guys as, like, their friends or people they can control. And I feel like it's just kind... I don't know if it's gotten worse or if it's, like, it's just gotten more widespread. I don't know, but it's fucking weird and gross, and I don't like it. Fucking parasocial relationship looking ass. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know, because we have that, like, one... Like, I know we all three, at least I and Craftsdwarf have experienced it on some level.
Yeah,
like,
well, I was the one thinking about that too when you brought up the topic, just because, like, we do have larger fan base. Like, we have fan bases who are specific to know about us, right? So it's just, never mind. You guys talk about it.
Go ahead.
Look, so yeah, like, well, because, like, okay, what are some instances of you having experienced, like, parasocial relationships with people who are, or if you want to give specific examples or just general ones?
There's just people, like, this kind of happens a lot, where, like, it used to happen when I was more active on Twitter. People would DM me, like, these smaller, like, sometimes smaller YouTubers, sometimes randos, they DM me, like, little things, and then I'd answer the question, be nice. Literally every other hour they would ask me a question or like demand that I answer their question, right?
I remember making fun of that guy privately.
No, there's this guy, like, he's still replying to my tweets because like he literally sent me like over the course of 5 hours hundreds of questions and wanted me to answer them all. And then like as he was doing this, apparently he was replying to all of my tweets telling me that I needed to answer him. So then I DM'd him and I was like, the one thing you probably shouldn't do if you want me to answer you is beg me to answer you, demand that I answer you, because it's just going to make me not want to talk to you. And so usually that would indicate I should probably not talk to this guy for a little bit, or I should probably just leave it alone. No, he's still fucking doing it. He's still replying to my fucking tweets. The fucking shitpost ones about Among Us Butt Plug saying, "Can you answer me now?" or something.
Oh my god.
It'll only take a couple minutes.
God.
He's still doing it, and it's like it's really fucking sad and pathetic. And I don't understand that. I guess because I never had that kind of thought of like, I'm gonna get like I think this person's my friend or whatever, right? Like really quickly. But maybe it's also because my first interaction with anybody is just, hey fucker, look at this funny picture. Or, hey Giguk, you look so hot and sexy today. I mean, what? Just kidding. What? You know, fucking shit like that where I'm fucking joking, obviously. Maybe not. I don't know. You do be looking kind of cute today. But, like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. And then, of course, with Craftsdwarf, oh my god, that fucking video. Have we talked about it on the Weeb Club before? That fucking shithole Craftsdwarf critique. Nunmanji, have we talked about it before on the Weeb Club?
I don't fucking know.
Like, I feel like we've mentioned it, but there was that fucking guy. That guy who made this Craftsdwarf critique, and it's like, it was just, as he was referring to you by your real name, and like, giving you cute pet nicknames and shit, over the course of the video, like 5 different ones, I was like, dude, you messaged this guy back in like 2017.
And said, yeah, you can do that video, and it took him like fucking 3 years to make it, and it wasn't good, and I just ignored it, and he's being overly familiar with me in that one. It's kind of weird. Well, like, I guess because my thing is like, I do try to keep up barriers. Like, I remember thinking about this a while ago, because I got a DM, and someone asked, are we friends, right? And I had to think about it for a second, because it's like, you know, I don't interact like on Twitter or in my YouTube comment section a lot. I have my Discord server, but even there, like, I do think, you know, I have various barriers between, you know, like last year I had a major life event happen, and I have talked about it publicly, but overall a lot of people still don't know about it, and when it happened, there were very few people who I told immediately, right? So like right there's a pretty big difference between like, okay, who are the people I told versus who are the people who I like, yeah, even talk to many, you know, a lot of days in the week on my server, right? You know, and so like, then there's also just like me being, you know, I'm the content creator, right? So like, on some level, I do recognize that like, even if they're in my server, you know, they're there because they're, you know, they know about me through my content, right? Like I have a different relationship with them than they have with me, right? And so I don't know, I just always felt kind of weird about it. Like I'm kind of, and I realized that it's also more stuff that happened in my childhood, but I'm just hesitant with calling people friends in general. So it's not like I'm not friendly with people who I talk to often, but I'm just really hesitant about throwing the word friend around in general, and then like factoring parasocial relationships, and just like, I don't know, I just end up thinking about it when stuff like that happens. Because I do try, like I said, I do try to keep up those barriers. So I don't know.
Like, I don't know, because I know the meme is with I know the thing with Vindy is, hey friends, it's me, Vindy, everybody's favorite rat. Like,
Vindy Vondo.
Fuck, dude. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I haven't made a video in 10 years, so no one has to remember.
No, it's okay.
Hey,
what's a fake friend?
I am a fake friend. As we all know, I don't have real friends, and I only use the ones on the internet for clout.
Did Craftsdwarf just defend me not making content? Based as fuck. Let's go. 3 more years before another video drops.
Defend you not making content.
He just did.
He defended me getting the thing wrong.
If Craftsdwarf really wanted me to make content, he would have said, yeah, it's your fault. If you had been making videos, no one would have messed it up.
Well, I think it's
but
also
he
just
said,
he's given
okay.
up.
The word out of his mouth was, it's okay that I haven't made content.
You know how like parents have like that neat son who just stays at home all day and like has given up on life, and before the mom would be like, you know, maybe you should go to get a job, but now the mom's just like, there's nothing I can do.
Okay,
like
but
that.
I'm busy with life.
Okay, yeah, sure, I don't believe you.
I am.
Liar.
I went to work today.
Liar,
and I'm going out of town
liar,
this
plans
weekend
for
to sign a lease
hire.
on a fucking apartment. Like, what do you want from me?
Make video.
Okay, you're asking for too much.
Make video.
What? Sorry, were you gonna transition that to asking me how I feel about?
Asking you
things?
how you feel about it. Right?
Yeah, well, it's weird to me, I think, because like when I think about it, you know, like even just the topic of like when I watch like Ludwig's video, or I've seen other streamers, you know, like I saw a video of Mizkif talking about it. when they talk about like these parasocial relationships, right, and stuff like that. It's always weird to me because like I've never felt that way towards like content creators, right, that I've watched or been really into. It's always like, I'll watch their streams, maybe I'll interact in chat, but like I don't think of them as like my friend, or I don't think I know them, right? It's like, yeah, they make entertaining content that I like watching, right? So I think that like I always think of it as different. Like I remember when I first started streaming a lot more, I had this weird thing where like it was hard for me to understand that people could be a fan of my content if they were already my friends. Or if they were my friends, it was like, okay, well, you're like my friend and you're watching my stuff because we're friends. But that makes it so like, because you're a friend, you can't be like a fan of my content, right? Because I've always seen the two as so unbelievably different. That like it's hard for me to say because I feel like I've never really had personally a problem like on like I guess the viewer side with that. And then I think the other thing is I'm also really like open on like social media. Like I try to respond to people who at me on Twitter or DM me occasionally, unless their DMs are just terrible, or it's people asking to work on content with me, in which case I just ignore them. But I try to answer people's DMs. I talk in Discord. And I mean, there are a lot of people who I would say at this point like started off as fans, right? But now I would consider them friends, right? Because we met through Discord and talked a lot. But like just because I've talked to you like in the public channel of a Discord, right? Like I wouldn't say that necessarily means that like I would consider that person a friend, right? It takes like a certain level of like knowing someone, being able to like talk to them, or I want to know what's going on in their life, like or not that I want, but like if someone's my friend, it's like I'll know what's going on in their life, or I'll be able to DM them if I need something, or they can DM me, right? And it's not weird. Like there's like a point where you're friends with someone, and I think it's not just like, oh, we've communicated in Discord, or I've responded to you on Twitter or something. And I do think that people have a problem with that, and I think that comes less. I actually think it comes less from like I guess people being like weird about like content creators, and like content creators being something that leads more to that. And I think it stems from like a lot of the people online who are in certain circles or watching a lot of these creators probably don't have like as much social interaction or as many friends or as used to like that I guess like in their real lives. So I think it causes them to like be a little off and not fully understand like what makes a friend, I guess, and like when someone like is your homie, because that's what it is, right? It's like there's a point where someone crosses over from being an acquaintance to like a friend, and it's like you got to know when that happens. And like I call my viewers my friends or the Rat Pack, but that doesn't mean that just everyone because they watch my video they're my friend, or even I like them. But I part of it is that I respect people who like watch my content. Or not respect, but like I appreciate it, I guess is a better way to phrase it. And it does mean a lot to me. So like, I do it. Plus like my whole thing is like I'm the friendship guy. So it's like when I was saying about it, I was like, calling them friends works with that. But I don't think there are definitely people who I think are more friendly with me than I would say with them. Or there have been times where people called me a friend, and I don't know if I would agree with that. But I always attribute that, I guess. And maybe this is just me not fully like thinking about it in the same way. Because like I barely consider myself like a content creator most of the time, but I always consider it to like them just like, oh, well, I've talked to this guy in Discord, so I think of us as friends, and less so of like, oh, I watch this guy's content and like what he does, and so we're friends. If that makes sense.
I think the biggest problem, right, is that like the internet, especially with like YouTube and Twitch, has really like broken down the barrier of like, distance that people feel with these people. Like YouTubers and Twitch streamers often like show so much about them. Ooga booga cult personality, right? To the point where it's like these people feel like they know more about the person than they actually do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's such an interesting thing, especially with when people like start speaking for you, right? where they start saying things like, "Oh yeah, see what WattheWut feels this about this." It's like I've never said that. I've never like talked about that. Like, don't talk for me, don't speak for me, or it's like it's such this weird thing, and it's like I get it. It's like you're cheering for your favorite team. It's the same way how like people from LA will be like, well, like the Lakers will win a game. It's like, yes, we won. And I'm like, I didn't see your ass out there with LeBron. Like, what are you talking about? But it's like,
but their cheers made it to the players and touched their hearts, and that's how they won.
All right, you fucking weeb.
Have you ever seen a fucking sports anime, motherfucker?
All right, you fucking weeb. All right, let me just educate you on this. Anime isn't real.
Fuck do you?
No, the way people talk about sports is pretty cringe. I don't understand.
No, the way people talk about sports is the same way. It's so funny to me that there's like this normalization for the like what is basically sport otaku culture, right? Like fucking hell. Like
honestly, my whole thing is I just don't understand who are you guys rooting for? Like, is it always a local thing? Are you rooting for individual players? Are you like what?
It depends based on the person and the situation.
Okay, well I never understand.
So for example, if you've grown up in one area, right? And you always watch that team, then maybe you'll root for that team. Sometimes if you grow up in an area where you don't have a local team or your local, like, if you grow up in like Boston, right? Or I think Boston, yeah, like New England, right? It's like, it's real easy to just like root for the Patriots. But like, then if like, you think about it, you're like, wow, Bill Belichick kind of blows cocks, right? Then it's like really easy to be like, okay, well maybe I'll pick a team. And then at that point you can pick a team. Maybe some people will pick a team that's on top, right? Some people are bandwagon fans, and so they go team to team to team to team to team, and they'll pick the team that's on top. Some people will look
kind
at
of like the Lakers fans who became Warriors fans.
Want to pick a team that's like on the up and coming, but maybe not the best, and then they can try to root for them and hope it goes well. Sometimes it's a local thing. Sometimes it's a player thing. Maybe, there's a player that you really like, that you really think is like, you like maybe how he plays.
No parasocial relations.
You like, right maybe his personality that you've seen from press conferences and interviews and things like that. And so maybe you follow that player. There's lots of reasons people choose a team. A lot of it is the local aspect, but a lot of the reason for that is because obviously there's going to games, right? So if you live, in, Chicago, right? Well, I could be a fucking, like a Jaguars fan, but like I could maybe see one Jaguars game a year every 2 years. But if I'm a Bears fan, I could go to 16 football games a year minimum, right? Well, not minimum actually, probably like 8 or 9. But, like that, but that's the idea, right? Is that like there's more. So there's a lot of reasons like with sports that people do it. But I think here's the thing to remember, right? When you talk about this and you use like the word fan, is like fan comes from fanatic. Right? So, like, being a fan of something means, like, you're fanatical about it, right? Like, you're not fucking, like, in a right state of mind about that thing, So, like, of course, fans are fucking cringe.
It's kind of like how where the word stan comes from stalker fan. Literally next level fucking that thing. And, like, it's become, like, a normalized term, which I think, like, it's kind of fucking cringe when you see people like Dream, though, like, encourage stan culture, right? Right. I know so many people have been on his ass for this, and he keeps trying to justify, but like, there's so many good people in my community and in my stands. It's like, okay, yeah, there might be like some of the best people you meet might be in there. Some of the worst, cringiest motherfuckers could also be in there who do some real fucked up shit. And more often than not, the loud vocal minority are the weird, creepy ones who do fucked up shit, like the ones who are harassing Tommy in it right now. It's like, it's such a weird thing, and it's like. It's such a weird thing to have to be careful about now with like the way stan culture is. It's like you can't tell them that they're wrong because then they'll be like, oh, you're not grateful for your fan base. It's like, maybe I am grateful for my fan base, but maybe you should also just fucking leave me the fuck alone. Let me do what I need to do. Like,
yeah. Sorry.
And it's just interesting watching this and just watching the way these people talk about these YouTubers, and it's like, dude. This is just some guy whose like videos you tune into, like you don't know him, and you only know what they show on their camera, unless there's someone like Beatrice who like literally like marketed herself on being as transparent with herself as possible, right? Like literally being a little too open about the way she does things, like. Understandable, you might feel like you know more than you do, but like there's some it's just weird the way people like speak for these creators and then like try to like try to control the things that they do. It's so weird it's weird to me that this has become like a thing and continues to be a thing. And it's not going away anytime soon, especially with the fucking way the internet is. It's kind of fucked.
Yeah,
really fucked.
Well, I think it goes both ways, right? Like what you're saying about Dream encouraging like the stands, right? Because like I like, for example, right? And I mean, I was even getting on you earlier this episode. I think sometimes, right? Like I think, you know, because it's not that I think, first of all, you should respect everyone that watches your content or even comments on your content. I told the guy like 2 days ago in the comments of the Pog stream that he was mentally ill. Let me find this comment so I can explain why I called a random person mentally ill, because he definitely fucking has mental illness. But like it's one of those things where it's like holy fuck, I don't even know how to find this.
I'm distracted by the Ruka image you posted.
No, shut up.
It's a really good image.
It is a good image because Ruka's really good, but like it's one of those things where I think that, like, that being said, I think that, you know, just because like someone maybe who watching your stuff maybe has a bad take, you don't gotta be like openly as hostile to them as like we are in like EWBs or in other situations, right? Like you can be, you know. Okay, so the guy left, I think, 25 to 30 of this comment. So I just responded and said, "You're mentally ill."
Respond to what?
Some other commenter that I had a short conversation with and then stopped when I realized he was fucking stupid.
Unlucky.
And so he just sent all those, and so I literally just responded with "You're mentally ill," which I think is funny. But
Unlucky, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's one of these things where it's like, you know, like I'm not gonna want to be like super hostile to someone who like appreciates my content, because it's like, okay, well, like maybe like, because a part of it, right, is like when I think about it, it's like, okay, if they appreciate our content, even if they say something that's super gross or super dumb, if they appreciate our content, that means that they probably care enough about our opinion that their mind could probably be changed if we explained it a different way, right? So there's no reason to just be openly hostile and like turn them away from what we're saying, right? So I think that's part of it. And I think like another aspect to it is that, like, you know, I understand wanting to have fans and wanting to grow like a fan community, especially if you're someone like Dream, because it's like he's making all this money. He probably wants to keep making money, right?
I also do legitimately think, though, that what he's doing
I think
is right.
it can create. So like I think it can create like a really toxic environment for him to be a part of, and I think it could lead to like creator burnout or things like that. If he's stuck in this stan Twitter where they're like really weird about him and like really like obsessive over him, and also he's not allowed to make any mistakes or do anything wrong, and he has to keep apologizing and everything. Like I get it, right? And I get how like that can be really bad. So I think it goes both ways. And I would agree that like maybe encouraging like the stan culture is a problem, but I guess I understand like why he's doing it, if that makes sense.
I mean, like, see, here's the thing, right? Like, with me in particular, the reason why I respond like that to comments is because I'm just fucking tired of it. I don't care anymore. I don't like. At least me in particular, right? I'm just like, I try like. There were times I would like try to like convince people of things. I just kind of realized that like I don't know, like, nobody really gives a fuck. They're gonna think things either way, and I'm just gonna fucking shit on them because it fucking like it just pissed me off. That's the only like. Here's the thing: people don't seem to understand. I don't do things like that. Respond thinking, yeah, I'm the good guy in this situation. This is the right thing to do. No, I respond like that because you pissed me off, and I don't think I fucking feel like giving you a courtesy. All right, like I don't fucking care. Like, yeah, you know, I at least me, or like, cause like there was this, cause like I don't know, I just don't necessarily think being rude is like a fucking. I think that's like the weirdest thing. When like being rude is somehow in the same tier of doing like really horrible shit with some people, I think that's kind of odd, because it's like there's sometimes, right, where like if someone's just rude, I don't really give a fuck as long as they don't say something stupid or they say something like really fucking offensive. Like all I did was call the man stupid, so like I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think you're like wrong for it. It's just like, personally, that's not, how I try to.
Well, that's the thing, though. Somebody pointed out, it's like, yeah, you try to convince people of the thing. I've kind of reserved myself to realizing that, like, it doesn't, like, they're gonna start thinking, they're gonna keep thinking that way anyway, and like someone else will convince them of it otherwise. I just kind of don't like. I've resigned myself to being like, they're not gonna fucking like change their minds anyway.
Maybe, I don't know.
Because like, I don't know. I lived so long with that mindset. Tried to make videos with that mindset. And now it's just kind of like, fuck it, I don't care. They don't care. No one cares. I don't care.
I'll make him care.
No. Well, you have to.
Me and my silver tongue. Shut up. You like my silver tongue.
Well, here's the thing, though. I do think, though, that Vinny should be talking about being toxic, because I DM'd my favorite creator, and this is how he responded to me. It was really rude. I didn't appreciate it.
Well, you also lied in that.
No, I didn't. You've
been watching since before Shonen Jump chapter reviews.
Well,
you saw We're All Normies the day it came out. Don't lie.
I actually didn't.
You definitely would have.
I actually did not. Legitimately, I did not watch We're All Normies the day it came out.
Why do you hate me? We were friends by then.
Hmm?
We were friends at the time. Why do you hate me?
Do you assume? How do you know that's not a parasocial relationship we were feeling there, good sir?
We were recording a podcast together at the time. We were literally podcasting when it happened. What?
What?
The what?
Hey!
We were actively recording together. Weekly. Well, not
Hey,
weekly,
Nunmanji, do you have any thoughts on the topic?
I can't wait for this.
Unfortunate.
What's unfortunate? Say a sentence, at least.
This is a sentence. Hello, this is a sentence.
Yeah,
I gave you like 2 of them. 3 of them, counting that one.
4 of them. I guess.
Yeah, I couldn't say 4 without saying another one, so I just stopped.
Then that was the 5th one, but okay.
He's just trying so hard to make me cry.
It's very sad. Parasocial relationship looking ass.
What does that mean?
Man, we all know that Nunmanji is more famous and cool than all of us. That's why he's not talking to us. He knows
he's definitely cooler than all of us.
Well, Why is that, Vindy?
Because he's like hot and sexy, and you can't even.
Why is that, Vindy?
Compete.
Why is that, Vindy?
Because he's a cute boy. I don't know what you want from me.
Why is that, Vindy?
Because he's built diff.
Seems kind of sussy to me. Fuck you, Craftsdwarf. Dude. Oh my god. I think, though, I don't know. I just feel like I'm fucking jaded, right? Because Craftsdwarf, as we all know, doesn't tweet for shit unless it's, whatever. He also isn't as, like, for a while, I think, at least, because, like, I would try to argue with people. I would try to convince people otherwise. I would talk to people, try to, like, discuss things with people. Craftsdwarf is now gone. Now he's back. And, like, it's... I kind of made the mistake of making people think that they were my friend. And, like, it just has not worked out well.
Well, you've also just made the mistake of being friends with certain people.
That's also true. That's also just objectively true. Like, there's so many instances that could have been stopped.
I really think I've known I think in the time I've known you, you've been friends with more people that you probably shouldn't have been friends with than people you have been friends with.
I do also remember, Vindy, that you were like, one of you was like, I feel bad for them when I fucking, like, told them off. And it's like, well...
Sometimes I do feel bad.
I don't think it should have felt bad in that
instance.
Look,
I felt bad... Okay, I shouldn't talk about that situation, actually.
Yeah, we should not... I'm not... See, that's
all I'll
the
say is
thing,
I felt bad for something I did the other day that I probably shouldn't feel bad for, but I felt really bad about.
Unlucky, I think.
That's all I'll say about it.
Here's the thing that's really cringe. It's like, here's how bad it got. I don't mention them solely because, like, if I do, it's like they're waiting for me to talk about them. Like, they just fucking wait in the fucking wings. And I just bring these up because it's just like things that are funny and that happen to pop up in my mind. It's hilarious to think about that these like at all times there's these, like, it's what's even more interesting to me is, like, every time there's, like, drama in a community where people just, like, talk about like the drama channels especially talk about these people they criticize it really like as if they know them too. It's that to me like they start talking about these creators and like you get into their fucking the personal lives and shit. I'm like, dude, what's going on? You're making a fucking YouTube video critiquing their content. You don't have to fucking do all this shit. It's just so fucking weird the way like we've kind of like perpetuated this culture on the internet. It's fucking like maybe we do need more boundaries, you know? Maybe maybe people need to go outside. Maybe that's why COVID was the worst thing for this world. People haven't touched grass in a whole fucking year.
I haven't.
I medically can't because I'm allergic to grass.
Wow. Touch grass. That's my new way of telling what to kill himself.
Yeah.
Shut up, touch grass.
Ah, thank God, finally. That'd be the most uncomfortable way to die as well. It'd be terrible. Because it's not like it's fast, it's slow. It's slow and I suffocate. And Vindy wants me to suffer, which is why he hates proof that he hates me. I knew it. He
What do
was
you mean?
there all along. Ah, yeah, see, there we go.
Do we want to move on to
Sentence 6? I think so.
to what we've been playing and watching the last week?
Yeah, that's why I said sentence 6.
None doesn't start. Does none start? I thought
Yes,
one
it
started.
does.
Oh my God, you fucking
Okay, I'm sorry.
hate Vindy, dude.
No, you don't. You love me so much, actually.
Anyway, none.
Adore me.
Well, I haven't like finished anything that's like that notable other than like some movies. I guess I'll talk about one of the movies I watched.
Okay. No, I wanted to fucking know because I was hoping it would be Captain America. And I wanted to hear what None thinks about the fucking movie.
Well,
But what
I
had to
wasn't
be
gonna pick
toxic?
Captain America.
I'm not being toxic.
Oh my God, you hate me. Wait,
I'm not gonna talk about every single MCU movie that I watched.
Did you talk about Birth by Sleep, or was that last time? Or do you want to save that anyways?
I don't think I've talked about it.
I
Last
don't
time was
fucking
Kimetsu no
know.
Yaiba.
If you want to save it, that's fine. We can save it for other stuff.
Kicking
Basically the
I'm
movie I
kicking
watched
what the
was
what? Oh, I can't kick what the what.
oh
Well,
Sorry.
sad.
that's so rude. I knew it. I'll just leave.
What was the movie you watched?
It was called Claws. It was just basically like a holiday movie that was kind of like, in a way, it was like how like, so it's about this person who he's rich, he has everything, and he kind of takes that for granted, and basically because of that he gets kicked out and he's told to become like, his family's like a postman family, like they do mail stuff, so he has to go to this town that like doesn't mail any letters and kind of make something for himself, since he was taking advantage of what his father had. And it was really good because him trying to figure out how to make them mail letters was basically mailing their, like, he was telling the kids there to mail their letters to like the person who would basically become like Santa. It's like a minor spoiler, I guess. I don't know.
Is it? I
And,
mean, if it's called Claus, I think you can assume that it's Santa Claus.
I mean, he's not like, the guy isn't Santa. Like he's basically this guy who just like lives there, and he made toys, which I can't, like, the reason why he was making toys in the first place is kind of a spoiler, but he likes making people happy, and the main character, from talking to him, he kind of, they kind of eventually work together, and so it's just kind of like they end up making this town that's like, they're like mean. They like, there's two main families there that like hate each other, and he's just kind of making first he makes the kids basically behave and be nice and kind of do things, because if they mail letters they get toys, and then like he basically brings joy into the town, and it was just really good to see, because whatchamacallit, like no kid there was like really happy in a sense, because the two families just wanted to hate each other and kind of be against each other. So so in a sense, like the movie kind of created like this like Santa and kind of like Christmas, which didn't really necessarily exist in the world in a sense. And like the person who was making toys had a very like a different reason. You know, he had a different reason for making them in the first place, but you know, he eventually gave them out, and you know, he was just making the entire town
Was that the animated
do
film?
selfless.
Is that the animated film on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whatchamacallit, like it was just kind of like yeah, it was just making everyone nicer, and you know, it definitely made me cry at some points because you know, just seeing the whole town like basically change over the course of the movie was really good. Yeah, I liked it a lot. Yeah, I'm trying not to spoil it too much, but it was really good.
So, real quick, Nunmanji, just so I can say this real quick, Vindy posted this inside the chat, and he thinks he can get away with it. So, like,
funny image. It was limited time only. You had to read it while it was up to get a keep reading it.
All right, dude. You know.
Limited time only image.
I'm just saying. Why'd you do that when Nun was talking, man?
Oh no! I didn't even mean it because Nun was talking. I literally.
All right, okay.
I was looking for pictures to post, and that one I saw, and it made me laugh, so I posted it. It had nothing to do with Nun. This is no. I'm not gonna post that one. That one's a little too unfunny. Yeah, I was just like looking through my images. No. It's like too high school, like edgy. Like, does that make sense? Like it's like the high school like unfunny edgy humor. So I can't post it, but it's just been on my computer since like, you know, probably since like high school. So I saw it, but it isn't funny.
Yeah, I heard about like
pictures.
Yeah, and I heard about that Claws film. I heard about that. I heard like really good things. You're sick.
Why?
You should watch it. Like, I think the beginning of it like doesn't like, you know, it doesn't hit like that, but you know, as it goes, it gets really good.
It lost to Toy Story 4 for best animated feature. That's why I heard about it, because it was like one of the like, it was like the 1 year where everybody said that Claus should have won or something like that, or like people were saying that Claus should have won or something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pixar bias, baby. Let's go.
Oh no, Vinny really did just say Monopoly Pog. Yeah, I like the art style looks really good. Yeah.
Neat.
Poggers.
Hey guys, it's me, WattheWut.
Oh, unfortunate.
Are you done, Nunmanji, by the way?
Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you for speaking. Thank you. I appreciate your sharing. So anyway, keeping up on the spy train. After finishing Mission Yozakura Family last week, this week I finished Spy Family.
Or caught up, rather.
Yeah, well, yeah, whatever. Terminology. Stop posting these! Stop it! But yeah. You're sick. But yeah, the spikes on the tail on the things are not making it any better. But like, yeah. So when I originally did a poll, I was like, which Shonen Jump manga should I catch up to next? I had like Undead Unluck, Mission Yozakura Family, Spy Family, and like I don't even know what the last one was, but I had all 4 of those, and like I think the order went like Spy Families was winning at first, but then Mission Yozakura Family took it over really fast. And like I remember the fucking replies were full of nothing but like the war between Spy Family and Mission Yozakura Family.
Shouldn't even be called a war. Wars, you know, I would expect a war to be somewhat closer than that is, but.
Okay,
look, I like Spy Family more from the beginning, but eventually Mission Yozakura did overtake it. So,
here's how I explained it.
They're both really good.
I was talking about it.
I was really good, but one of them.
I was talking about it on Craft Server, but I was like, it's really fucking unfair to compare both of them right now, especially when like the only similarity between the two is Ooga Booga Family of Spies, and like
Unga Bunga having hot ladies.
Yeah, but like, first of all, Spy Family is like half the chapter length of where Mission Yozakura Family is at. Like, it's not even like it hasn't even reached like a significant like big arc yet, right? It's still like the early stages of like laying everything out. So like I think it's like a shithole comparison for the two, because obviously the one that's further along is gonna have more going on, right?
Well, when I caught up to both of them, they were both in that same spot. But now that they've got, like I said, missions gone faster by being in a weekly manga where Spy Family is on the Jump Plus app, so it only comes out bi-weekly, if that, because there have been breaks and stuff.
Yeah, there's been a lot. Like it's like they post art, right? Like a lot of just like
for
art.
like a 0.5 chapter that's like there's no chapter this week, right? And then
but it's okay because then I get to see shit like this and oh baby, oh.
You're good. I agree.
I'm good. Oh, thank you, Vindy. Anyway,
yeah, no, she's hot.
She's extremely hot. What the
fuck? She can stab me to death anyway, any day.
Dude, how is there 2 series about spies with really fucking hot women in both of them?
Yeah, really you are dumb and wrong and idiot and stupid and small-brained.
Huh? How am I wrong?
You like the gamer girl the most.
I never said I liked the gamer girl the most, dumbass. You clean out the fucking wax out of your ears.
Okay, I'm sorry. Did I hear him correctly last week?
He said she's the hottest.
I said if I find her really hot.
But that's wrong.
I said if I find her really hot.
No.
Okay.
I said Mutsumi was the best girl. Because Vindy said Mutsumi's better, and I said, well, obviously, clean out the fucking wax out of your ears for once in your life, please. Take a shower, please. Please take a shower.
Just because my ears are waxy doesn't mean anything.
It means you're fucking dirty as fuck.
No,
it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
You know what's not dirty, sick, and gross is Spy Family, which is a really good manga. And I think it's like more like almost like a it's more slice of life gag comedy almost than Mission Yozakura Family is.
Yeah, though there's definitely potential for it to get serious later. Just like the whole nature of like what the setting is, like the Cold War situation, and there's like hints of like tragic, happenings in the past of a lot of these characters, and like it could definitely get serious. And it's good enough at like even landing like at a serious moment at the end of an otherwise comedy chapter. Like it can definitely do it. It's just a matter of like what happens when it does get to that point, right?
Yeah, it's like it has a lot of like really good moments, like really emotional stuff, and it's like one of those where it's like it has a lot of the comedy. But what I'm saying is, it's like it has more of the slice of life stuff, which is really good. I really like it. I think it's like. Where with Mission Yozakura Family, I was like, with like fucking Spy Family, I was laughing like out loud, laughing my ass off.
It's really funny.
Like okay, this panel in particular is very relatable. She's busy. Anya's busy now.
Anya is the best part of Spy Family.
She's great. I mean, I remember the one chapter that I reread it immediately after finishing it because it was so fucking good and funny. Was the dodgeball chapter.
Oh my god!
Because it was like there was so many like visual gags and regular gags, and it was a fucking phenomenal chapter, and it, like good character moments between her and Desmond. And I just fucking adored it, and so I immediately read it when I finished it because it was just so fucking great.
Desmond is the biggest tsundere of all
time.
I love
him. He's so good.
He's so funny. he's such a fucking bottom too, because like he gets bullied by her, and he's like. She's hot, but I don't want to admit it. And when I read that, I was like this. This was me when I read that. She's so good. Like, it's so funny. And it's like, God, the chemistry between the three with Yor, Anya. God, it's so good.
No, yeah, like they all have their secrets that they're hiding from the others, but that works for the jokes, and then they add in more characters who also have their secrets, like Yor's brother.
Oh my god, this lady here, this is so funny.
Okay,
this lady's hilarious.
I believe, yeah.
Oh, are you guys behind?
I'm not.
I am.
I'm caught up.
Okay, Craftsdwarf, this lady here, freaking Twilight
she's in love with Twilight. Yeah.
Her name was like
I forget her name.
Yeah. He's so fucking dense. He's like, why are you looking at me with such contempt? And she's like, I love you so much. I love you so much. No, see this picture of Vindy posted is literally her. It's so fucking funny.
I posted that for Nunmanji, and he didn't say it back.
Maybe Nunmanji's Twilight, right? You know, maybe that's the situation we're in. Maybe that's why he's a man of so few words.
Yeah, he hates us because we're forcing him to be on this podcast that he doesn't want to be on.
Like, there's so many, like, I think by comparison, where Mission Yozakura Family is really, like, it hits you in the feels a lot more. Spy Family, just, like, at all times, just makes me fucking laugh my ass off. And there's just so, like, it's so fucking funny. Like, there was, like, this one fucking chapter, right, where it's, like, when she shows up, and they're, like, they're both competing over who's better, and every time Anya reads their minds and hears the shit that they're saying, and she's like, oh shit, oh no, mom's gonna assassinate someone today, or oh shit, fucking dad's on a spy mission. Like, it's so fucking funny. But then she hears this and she goes, and she's like, oh, romance is like a battle. I love action battles too. And when I saw that, I was like, I can't believe Anya just confirmed that romance series are peak shonen material. Like, what the fuck?
I also love the other thing I fucking adore about Anya and like the dynamic and the last thing I read was like right after fucking like the dog showed up, but like I love Bond my boy. I loved that the dog was like the dog could see the future and Anya could read minds. So Anya could see the future through the dog is so great and funny and silly.
I really like how like she's so stupid, right? But like she gets away with it. She's
just 5. Minds. Like, come on.
No, it's so funny though, right? That she's just kind of like she like pretends she knows. Like, oh my god, the old maid game. Did you see the chapter with the fucking old maid game where she's like, "Fuck, I have to like fuck up more so they think I'm like." So they don't know I'm reading minds because she thought that they would fucking catch her reading minds or some shit. And she's like, oh, whoopsie, I grabbed the wrong card. And her and fucking Desmond just actually shit the game. So it's just fucking, it's so fucking funny, dude. Oh my god.
No, I remember like just catching up from the beginning is like one chapter that I remember liking was when they were trying to get into the school and get Anya.
Oh my god.
And, like, there was just all this fucking wild... Like, good thing we prepared an extra set of clothes. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
And then the fucking chapter ends, and they're like, it's okay. We anticipated this would happen, so we brought another change of clothes.
Right, exactly. It's like... so and then there was funny. A good emotional moment there, too, with they're in the following chat, at the interview, rather. And it's good, yeah.
Oh my god, the bit with Desmond's dad too, like.
No, Desmond's a really good character. Yeah,
he's really good. Yeah, there's that moment where he goes camping with the boys or whatever, and he's like he's having fun with this boy with his gang. Who all like simp for him. It's really fucking good. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and god, hold on, I'm like blanking out. Give me a second. My brain is fucking. I've been watching Korra all fucking. Dude, you know Becky?
Yes.
Dude, Becky, she's so good too. Where she's like Anya, she's like, there's that one chapter where they go to the fucking mall and shop together, and she's just like, well, I don't bring money with me. Usually, I just walk around and they just give me whatever I want. and she gives fucking Anya the sheep, and they have like matching things because she like no one else was able to handle her before, but now. Mm-hmm. Like, I love how Anya makes friends by just being, like, fucking just being brutally honest with everybody, right? It's so funny.
No, yeah, there's a lot of cool things about the series, and it's definitely one I anticipate seeing more of, because I'm really curious about the direction it ultimately ends up going, because I can see it being really fucking great, right?
Yeah, when it hits the emotional points, God, I'm waiting for it, too. Because it's set up all of this stuff. It's set up so much, like especially, like, Desmond and his dad. The fact that he likes Anya and Anya's fucking parents are the ones that have to kill his fucking dad or whatever. And then there's fucking these Yuri and Yor, you know, the whole, like, the fact, God, what is with both these series and fucking weird ciscon fucking stalker brothers, dude? What the fuck is going on?
Well, what I was going to point out is just, like, the obvious one of that, like, the fact that, okay, Twilight made this fake family, then they all understand it to, you know, be fake. but they're also clearly growing actually attached to each other. Like, I remember trying to sell the manga to you, and I was like, it's okay, it's like Nisekoi, but instead of just a romance, it is a whole family, right? Because it's this fake family that's obviously going to become like a real family, and
by now they're basically like a real family. Like, right. I think like at this point, like, Twilight Lloyd is like basically dropped all pretenses, and like, like,
well, yeah, but there's still like the conflict of like duty versus family that will likely, you know, he's gonna have to deal with that eventually. I'm sure.
Lloyd and you're fucking then.
Not yet. They're too.
Okay, the opposite, in fact.
They're both too innocent for it because
they're so stupid.
They're so dumb.
Wait, did you not read that chapter, Vindy, where Yor got drunk?
Maybe I did.
Okay, you need to fucking goddamn.
Oh my god, dude!
Right. Don't talk to me. Chapter, don't talk to me.
There's this one. There was the chapter where like Nightfall, Fiona is like competing with Yor, and they're like, I can do all this. And but then like at the end of it, like they start smiling. He starts like fucking Lloyd smiling with them, and then Fiona's like, I spent so much time with Twilight. He learns how to manipulate emotions. He never breaks his his facade. And she goes, but I saw genuine emotion there. Fuck, shit, damn it, fuck. Right, like he's like he really like loves the family. Like he like all of them at one point in the manga so far has expressed the fact that they don't want the family to break up. Like, you know, we have Lloyd who like says, "Oh yeah, for business reasons," but like you see him genuinely doing things for his daughter and his wife, right? And of course, fucking Bond, where oh my god, when Bond fucking helped him out with that fucking one mission where they both break in and Bond's just hanging out because he's like, if you don't come home, Yor's gonna feed me and I will fucking die because I couldn't see the future. And it's like, and of course Anya multiple times throughout the manga says like it's treated as like for jokes for most of the time, but like it's gonna be serious eventually. Where she's like, I can't let this family break up because I like my family, and they're gonna like once this if this mission fails, then the family's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And right. Yor, of course, is doing it for her own like I have to do it for my career, but she's actually loving the fact that she's in that relationship. It's
no, yeah, like the characters and how they all like have their gags, but also like work together, and the dynamic in general is just really strong. And it's a series that I can see it going on for a while, and I'm glad it was super successful. Like it was literally selling like over 1 million volumes from the first release, which is insane for a new author with no like prior successful series to be selling like that. Yeah, it's really cool that's been successful, and it's Spy Family is very good.
I mean, like when you design a woman like this, I mean,
yeah,
fuck, I'd buy a volume with that with this woman on the cover.
Yeah. Anyway, is that about it?
Yummy, yum, yum. Yeah, I'll let fucking the rat talk, I guess. Fucking hate him. Terrible person.
Fuck you. Why are you so toxic to me all the time? Die. Always hatred in your heart and your voice.
Only hatred because you hate me.
Yeah, touch grass, kid. Touch grass.
You touch grass, bitch.
Touch grass.
Touch soap, bitch. All right.
So, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. Like, part of me wants to talk about Guilty Gear because I've been playing the fuck out of it, but like, it's not like I've been like finished it or anything. I'll probably talk about Parks and Rec season 2 since I finished that.
Cringe.
How is that cringe?
Or you can talk about both seasons because you didn't talk about the first one. So
yeah, I like sitcoms a lot. I watch a fucking lot of them. I think that like part of the thing with me and like sitcoms and stuff is that like okay, I actually really like them, and generally I think a lot of times they have like really really rough first seasons, and some of them have really good first seasons. I think Parks and Rec's first season was like bad, like I didn't like it at all. I thought it was trying way too hard to be The Office, but like it was like way worse at it. I think season 2 was a lot better about that, and I think it did some things. Like there were some episodes that I really liked, and I think it definitely was like starting to improve, I guess. But I still don't love it because like the thing about Parks and Rec is like most people I know who have seen the show, like seen like most or all of it, I actually end up like really liking it, right? And I've always tried, never like gotten through the first season. So I never like super loved it, but I have Peacock now because of fucking WWE. And I ended up, deciding to turn it on for that. And like, I mean, I thought it was like really good. Like I actually really liked season 2. It's not, it like, again, it wouldn't crack like my favorite sitcoms, right? Like it wouldn't be up there with like Trailer Park Boys, Scrubs, Always Sunny, even like The Office or like Arrested Development. Yeah, those are probably like most of my favorites. But I'm starting to enjoy it a lot more. And I think like a big part of what makes it better is like when they really started making fucking Amy Poehler's character a lot different. Because like at the beginning and like the first season, she feels very similar to like Michael Scott. But I think they started changing her a lot in season 2, and so she changes a lot as a character. And I think that moving her away from being exactly like Michael Scott, I think it like part of it is like just good for like the show and it makes it feel different. But I think part of it is like it actually is like better for Amy Poehler as like a comedian and an actress. Like she's able to do a role that I think works better for her. And so like that was like super sick, and I actually really liked like season 2, and I think that a lot of the characters change. And one character leaves the show at the end of season 2. And even though I liked him, I think like him leaving the show, because I've only seen a couple episodes of season 3, but I think him leaving the show will be better for it. Because I think that like he was like the most cynical character in the show kind of. And I think him leaving will be good for the show in the long run. Because like when like I think the show gets a lot better is like it transitioned like Amy Poehler's character from being like kind of like incompetent and an asshole like Michael Scott is to being like someone who's just way more like she's way more motivated and driven about like her like small role in government, but she cares a lot about like doing her job and doing it well and the people of like the city that they live in. And so then like when you get to the point where she stops just being incompetent all the time and is like actually doing things and trying to make a change and being like a good person, I actually think it makes the show a lot more entertaining, and it makes you want to root for everyone a lot more. And so I think that like that happened, and that kind of change, as well as her like she's friends with the people she works with, or like Michael Scott like kind of isn't really for a lot of The Office. I think it was like a really good change that really helped the show feel really different starting in season 2, and I'm hoping it'll continue to like get better, I guess.
Cool.
Craftsdwarf when he records the Weeb Club.
Okay, why are you toxic?
Vindy when a character leaves the show.
No, it's that I think the character leaving the show.
Me at Vindy.
What's wrong? Explain what's wrong with me watching Parks and Rec.
Me punching Vindy. There's nothing. I just like making fun of you because you suck.
Well, because I'm not watching anime and I'm watching
because
sitcoms
you hate me
instead. Because I like sitcoms and I think that they're really good and fun.
Me when Vindy gets mad at me making fun of him for no reason.
Anya's good.
Anya's good.
Anyway, Vindy, did you have more to say about Parks and Rec?
Chris Pratt is fucking a living legend. I love that
Chris
man
Pratt's
and
great.
everything he does.
Oh, dude, fucking him and fucking in that show, fucking God, I'm blanking on her name.
She's really
good.
Her name's April in the show. Amanda is maybe your actress name? No. I'm gonna look it up.
I'm looking it up right now. Parks and Rec. Oh yeah, Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey Plaza is really good in that role.
I knew it was an yeah. See, I think what's so good is like, because like for a lot of like the early parts, right? It's very much like they're doing like this thing with Chris Pratt's character and then fucking Rashida Jones's character, where it's like they were dating and they broke up, and it's like maybe they're gonna start dating again, maybe they won't, right? There's like a thing there. But then I think what gets like so fucking good about it is that like, Anne just starts doing her own shit because like it just kind of so happened that because Chris Pratt was actually only originally supposed to be, I guess, in like the first season, but then they brought him back for season 2 because people liked him so much. But you couldn't just bring him back as like, oh, he's related to or he's dating, this one character in the show. So they like kind of added him in slowly to like the rest of the characters of the show. And like when they did that, I guess they found out that like Chris Pratt and Aubrey Plaza had like really great chemistry on screen together and their characters worked really well. So then they like started to transition them towards a romance, and then it gets all wild at the end of season 2, but it definitely will like continue in that direction, and like that part's really fucking good. And I didn't think I would like Ron Swanson a lot. I thought I would find him like too memey, I guess. Because, like, I feel like, you
Ron
see all these,
Swanson's
like,
great
memes about him.
I've never seen the show, but it's, like, Ron Swanson and Chris Pratt's character. It's, like, yeah.
And I feel like you see all these memes about him and shit, so I was like, oh, he's going to be, like, meme to hell. He's not going to be funny. He's actually so fucking funny.
He's hilarious
because, like, my favorite part about him, and this is what, like, the memes don't give you, is, like, he's like, the head of the parks department, right? But this guy hates the government, so he doesn't want to do any work. There's a part at the end of season 2. These like auditors come in to cut the town's budget, and he comes in. He's like singing and dancing. He's like the first person to line up to be part of the budget cutting meetings, even though he never wants to work because he just wants to slash the government's budget and give them no money. And it's actually, like, his character's way better than I was expecting it was going to be, and I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This is Ron Swanson when you have to work for government.
All right. All right.
Okay. I'm done now with Parks and Rec.
Okay. So, I mean, I've been going through a few things, but I did, I think it was last week, I replayed Star Fox 64, which is the only reason I still have my Nintendo 64. So yeah, I pulled it out and I played it, and I mean, I if you like looked at like my backlog, I'd had it as like my favorite game, and now I don't anymore. Which is like, but I still do have really strong feelings about the game because like when I started it up, I just got like this really powerful nostalgia because I both remember really playing it and liking it as a kid, even though I never owned it. And then I did find it, the copy I still have somewhere, and I remember playing it sometime after I'd graduated high school, and I just played the shit out of it and finally like beat all the levels in the game. And I think back to that period, and I'm just like, yeah, I love that fucking game. So I replayed it lately, and like I just love a lot of things about it. Like I love the goofy voice acting, and there's so many lines from that. Like some of them are memes, obviously. But there's just so many other lines from the game that are just burned into my memory, and like yeah, I just had in aerial combat games. I don't know. There's not a lot that I know of. Like Star Fox. Star Fox has a kind of weird identity to it, where it doesn't like a lot of people really like Star Fox 64, but Nintendo kind of actively doesn't want to do another game like that. Okay, so yeah.
You keep going.
Well, I know their general design ethos is they don't want to do, like, the same game multiple times, for the most part, which is why, like, Paper Mario has a very different identity now than even though people just want more of the JRPG stuff, they're actively, like, adding new mechanics and changing it because they don't want to just be making the same game again and again and again. It's New Super Mario Brothers.
I think the thing is, like, look, trust me, the last thing I want to do is defend Nintendo. Right. I would rather be crucified than defend Nintendo. However, what I will say is, I do think that a game that, like, okay, first of all, because Nintendo were cringe and refused to make a game for less than $60 or $50 specifically if it's WarioWare. I think that like they couldn't make a game like Star Fox 64 now because I think that like they couldn't do that and have it be worth the price of admission that generally they would want to like sell it for. But that being said, I also think that like they could probably make like a souped up like more beefy got kind of game like Star Fox 64 with a lot more to do and a lot more in it that would be worth it. Like I know Star Fox 64 DS had like maybe the N64 had like a multiplayer mode, and I think like if you fleshed out the multiplayer mode, added online, right, there's a lot you could do. Now is Nintendo gonna do any of that? Absolutely fucking not. They're terrible. Honestly, just fucking so unbelievably bad. None agrees with me. Fuck Nintendo. But I do understand why they haven't made just like a Star Fox 64, because I think the modern like games climate has moved too far away from it.
Well, even it doesn't have to be like literally the same thing, but like I think a game franchise that I've been interested in, because I feel like it might scratch the itch that, you know, I haven't been able to get from Star Fox necessarily, is Ace Combat. And you know, I haven't gotten around to it, obviously, but I'm curious about it, right? Because, like, if you look at the Star Fox game, it's like, okay, Star Fox Adventure was kind of just, you know, like, there's the rare property that they kind of, Animal Planet, or Dinosaur Planet. And, you know, so they sort of, like, repurposed that to keep it. So that's why that game happened. Assault, I'm actually curious about replaying, because I feel like, you know, because I remember liking aspects about it. And so I'd be curious about how I felt about replaying that. Like, I'll probably just go through the whole franchise at some point. And then I can't play the Wii U one, really. And I guess there's some other ones, like Star Fox Command, which is, like, a semi, like, spiritual remake of Star Fox 2, which is now playable, after being lost for a while. And I think that's all the Star Fox games, aside from the original, obviously, on the Super Nintendo, which I've never beaten, but I did own it, I think.
I don't like the Super Nintendo Star Fox. That's the only one I've played, and I'm not too big a fan.
Okay, yeah, so it's like, you know, yeah, the franchise is kind of, like, all over the place in a couple ways, and, you know, but, like, Star Fox 64 is still, like, easily the most beloved game there, and it's like, it's just really fun to play, it's really satisfying. Like, I never even 100%ed it, because it's like, there's, like, a score, like, you can get a high score on every level to get a medal, and then once you get all medals, you unlock the, third-person mode in the multiplayer, where you play with the characters, like, outside of the R-Wings, which is, like, using mechanics that aren't even in the main game, like, which is insane to me, that's even in the game. Like, I've never even seen what it looks like, because I never went on YouTube to check, but it's, like, it's just, you know, it's a really fun, like, arcade shooter kind of thing. You know, I like how the, you know, like I said, I like the dialogue. You know, I like how the characterization is kind of worked into, like, how the squad, like, works in the game. Like, obviously, Slippy, you know, he sucks as a pilot, so he's always getting harassed by enemies, but he's also the tech guy, so if you don't have him in your, if his R-Wing is knocked out of commission and you don't have him for the level, you cannot see the boss HP bar, because he's the one who analyzes the boss HP and gives you the bar so that you can see how close you are to beating the boss. Right? So, you know, Pepe's, you know, he's a veteran, so he's always, who was friends with Fox's dad, so he's always, like, giving you the tutorial information. Like, yeah, there's just, like, a lot of cool things about the game. It's fun. And I still had a lot of fun playing it. Though I guess it's like any issues I had with, like, my last playthrough, which was the hard mode one. It's like something about, like, it's interesting because, like, with the GameCube onward, the Nintendo consoles I feel like are known for being, like, at least especially the GameCube, durable in some ways. But you bump the N64 slightly and it will just freeze up. And so I was, like, on mission 5 of the hard mode path, and I fucking bumped my N64 and it froze, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm done for the day. So then I had to replay the hard path, and the final boss, I was just being dumb with some of the mechanics, and I had way more trouble with him than I should have. But I don't know, it's still a really fun game, and I like it a lot. But yeah, I'll probably give the whole Star Fox franchise a playthrough at one point, and yeah, that's about it.
Poggers? Yeah. So are we basically done?
Yep.
Okay, I got one thing I want to say, motherfuckers. I almost never shill these here. Kind of no point to, but I'm going to, because I want to start shilling them, because Craftsdwarf and I started playing It Takes Two, and I might actually upload this to YouTube. Don't talk what. We're playing It Takes Two on stream. We did the first stream of it. The game's really sick and really good, and I think that the later parts as the game goes will make for really, really good streams. We normally stream on Thursdays, but we won't this upcoming week. But in the future, you know, just, like, look out, follow me on Twitch or on Twitter or something, and I'll talk about it. But you guys should come to those streams, because they're actually going to be, like, super sick.
And also, yeah, I don't know if you're going to include this part, but even the part before we got to the game was pretty fun. The game was really fun, and I'm looking forward to
I might actually do that as a separate video, but because I was probably just going to upload them as VinnieCrafts play It Takes Two. But I might upload
the MS Paint anime characters was really fucking funny.
So fucking funny. Yeah, no, I might upload the Sporkle quizzes as its own video, because I think that was good. But also, I was gonna say, I mean, I'll just type this, but.
All right. Anyway, that sounds like it's about it. So thank you for listening. And we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Yep. Adios, boys.